What's up, YouTube? This your boy Big Boy Facts Johnny, and tonight I'm gonna do my AEW Blood and Guts review and highlights. If you guys do, hit that like button. It helps YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to my channel. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok down below in the description. Let's talk about AEW Blood and Guts review and highlights. So it says tonight is the night on AEW as Blood and Guts commence between the Pinnacle and Inner Circle. Also on the card, Cody Rhodes challenges QT Marshall, and Jon Moxley teams up with Eddie Kingston to face Kenny Omega along with his tech lackey Michael Nakazawa. Alright, we're kicking things off with match card number 1. Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Now, this match was solid. I'm not saying the match was good. I'm not saying the match was decent, but it was just a solid tag team match by itself. Now I like the team of Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. I like that. So it says right here. Don Callis comes out with Michael Nakazawa solo to state that Omega was unable to attend, but assure everyone Michael Nakazawa will take on both men. As Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston enter, Kenny Omega attacks both men from behind, and the bell eventually rings. It's very much to a tornado tag match to start everything off with. JR makes note of all 4 men brawl on the outside. Ty turns to Michael Nakazawa, gets a major low blow on Eddie Kingston behind referee Paul Turner's back. He gets choked with a lanyard. Eddie later finds the airline when Kenny tries to chop him. Kenny Omega integral Eddie Kingston in it. Therein cuts off the ring. Eddie hits a falling clothesline and tags in Jon Moxley for the hot tag against Michael Nakazawa. Everything unfolds when Kenny Omega bells on his partner. It allows Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston to hit a lariat German double team for the win. The winner of the match, Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. This tag team match itself was solid. That's all I gotta say. Post-match, the Young Bucks came out on stage, and it leads to the Good Brothers to attack from behind. A Magic Killer gets executed as the Young Bucks super kick both face. Kenny Omega comes out with a cameraman Cutler, and Kenny nails a wing angel on Eddie Kingston for a visual 3 count. So we get match card number 2, QT Marshall with the Factory versus Cody Rhodes, accompanied by the Special Enforcer Arn Anderson. This match was way better than last week's AEW. This match was good. This match was way better. Cody doesn't waste any time. He lays into QT Marshall. Cody takes off his weight belt, but Bruce Ramsberg pulls it away. QT has one of his own and uses it across Cody's back. The match gets further dirty as Cody rakes the eye of QT Marshall, and QT and Marshall take advantage of his aggression with a leaping suplex from up top. He follows that with a deadlift suplex. Arn tries to coach Cody as he recovers on the outside. QT pie face. Arn gives him a shot before grinding the head of QT into the post. We go to break. Back from the break, both men collide with some crossbodies. High boot from QT drops Cody. He gets his trunks pulled down, and we get a blur QT you know what. Cody comes leaping off top with a standing moonsault and gets a near fall. QT avoids a disaster kick and soon hits Cody with a crossroads for a near fall. QT sniggles for a diamond cutter, but Cody avoids. Bunker bomb by QT. Both men keep flipping for tombstone attempts, and Cody nails it. Cody doesn't hook the legs, and QT kicks out. Cody hits a crossroads, but QT managed to get his shoulder up. QT sucks chant by the crowd. Cody helps QT up but locks him in the figure four. Cody is bleeding from the eye and QT taps. The winner of the match, Cody Rhodes. Post match, Anthony Go-Go comes in to give Cody a liver shot. He drapes the Union Jack flag over Cody. We see Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page with Alex Marvez. He says Sting is nothing but a mosquito. Showtime over. I'm the franchise now. You know what? Ethan says he and Darby have a storied history, but Ethan says he and Darby have a storied history, but he wants to talk about his medical history. His face paint is covered up with a dent page put in his forehead. In comes Darby. He takes both men atop of Daly's place, but the numbers game takes over and the duel down the TNT champion. They send him down half a flight of concrete steps. So we get match card number 3. Match card 3. Britt Baker versus Julia Hart. This match was quick. They was hyping up Britt Baker. That's all I gotta say. Britt starts with a sharp kick to the midsection of Julia. No relation to the Calgary family. Sling blade by Baker. She puts on the glove and nails an air raid crush. She pulls Julia up and lockjaw in. Tap out. The winner of the match, Britt Baker. Taz gives a very base technique by Taz segment featuring Christian Cage. The kill switch when Christian Cage hit is the worst finish. It's the worst finisher. The kill switch. I don't like the kill switch finisher. So match card number 4. Fatal 4-way tag match for #1 contenders of AEW World Tag Titles. Varsity Blondes versus Jurassic Express versus SCU versus The Acclaim. This was a good match right here. Good match. It says it's Kazarian and JB starting it off. Athletic pins and counters are exchanged. Caster is in, but everything breaks down in Jacksonville. We go to commercial. Back from it is Daniel and Caster in the ring. Bowens gets a near fall on the falling angel. Daniels catches Bowen with a STO. And Luchasaurus blind tags himself in as he takes out the Acclaim. He chokes them both varsity blondes down. Chokes them to Kazarian on the outside on top of the blondes. Jurassic Express double team Acclaim, but Daniels makes the save, filming his patented springboard clothesline and gets a near fall on JB. Jungle Boy turns him inside out. CD towards JB's progress. Frankie tags himself in and gets a near fall on Philman. Philman rolls Kazarian up for a near fall of his own. Kazarian catches Philman and CD leaps with a BME pile driver combo for the 1-2-3. The winner of the match, SCU. After that, a video package is aired for John Moxley versus Yuji Nagata next week. He lays it all on the line against Nagata. Once the bell rings, I got no respect for anyone. Tony Schiavone is standing cage side and introduced a white suited Kenny Omega. He asks the crowd how many people here are ready for blood and guts. He gets choked out. He choked out about it before playing it down. They make one of us. He been busy man as of late, collecting a gold all over the world. He asks that Tony Schiavone gives the announcement. It's going to be Pac versus Orange Cassidy, with the winner to face Kenny at Double or Nothing. He says Pac is a man that has beaten him before, and he understood that everyone wants to see that match again. He wants Tony to announce that instead of as the match, but out comes Orange Cassidy. He leans on Tony Schiavone's shoulder. Pac or who? Can he play full acts? He laughs. Freshly squeezed chant. He understood what Orange Cassidy means for this company. Hands in pockets. Kids at Halloween dress up. Same with kids at sock hops. Someone like him would never be championship material. In fact, the only thing championship material about him is something he ripped off of him. He takes Orange Cassidy shades. The guy that made shades famous. Legit Ray-Bans. He takes Orange Cassidy shades and puts them on Michael Nakazawa. Orange Cassidy stands there. Kenny Omega says Michael Nakazawa looks better in them, and he would look like a better champion too. Kenny Omega blows him off, and Orange Cassidy stands there with hands in pockets. Up next, Tony Schiavone introduced Miro. He warned the locker room, "You got a title, you got a problem." He's got a signed contract. In 7 days, he's going to face Darby Allin next week for the TNT title. Tony begins to read that Darby forfeits the title if he doesn't, but Miro says no forfeit. He wants Darby. So we get the main event of the evening: Blood and Guts, the Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle. This main event was fantastic, but the worst case scenario, it had only 2 commercials. I did not like it. But I was paying attention to the Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle. This was the match of the night. This was a good main event right here. It says Dax and Sammy started the bout off. Sammy charged and leaps over into the other ring with a rolling leg kick. Sammy is on fire. Flourish with a drop kick. Dax hits an arm spine buster, and Instinct eventually goes for a cover. Sammy Guevara slams him into the corner of the steel before hitting a jumping heel kick. Both men trying to grind one another's faces against the steel mesh. Dax gets topped in between the cage and the ropes. His knee gets banged up. Sammy slams him side to side in the cage. Sammy leaps off with a cutter on Dax as Spears gets in the ring and with a chair. He downs Sammy and wedges the chair in the corner. Sammy fights back. Dax is covered in blood. Sean wrecks Sammy with a chair and is near orgasmic in the results. Countdown begins. In comes Ortiz, who tosses a chair. He takes it to both adversaries. Sean and Sammy balance one another on the ropes, and Ortiz throws a chair at Sean Spears to set him up for a Spanish fly. That was a good spot right there by Sammy Guevara. Sammy is bleeding now too, as the Inner Circle look to be in control. In comes Wheeler. He takes on both men. Spears stumps on the jaw of Sammy Guevara as FTR hit and assisted brainbuster. Santana is chomping at the bit to get in. Spears has Sammy in a sharpshooter. Glory special to Ortiz has him smash into the steel mesh. In comes Santana. He lays Wheeler out within the range. We go to break. Back from it, Wallow is tossing Inner Circle around, and then Hager comes in to do the same with the lariats and boots. Hager bomb. He gets Spirit in the ankle lock, who taps, but match doesn't end as all men are in. Wallow and Hager trade strikes. 2 men fight between ropes in the Wardlow hits a chop block on Hager to protect MJF. There's blood all over the place. Cash is really bleeding. The Pinnacle huddles a game plan as Jericho comes in. The bell rings and it's all official. The two teams are standing in separate rings. They charge to meet in the middle. Jericho and Spears climb the cage, and Chris Jericho chokes Shawn Spears. The thrust of the cage. He then begins brawling with Wardlow as we had to break. When we get back, the ring is torn up. Sammy nails a spike pile driver on FTR. Jericho hits a code breaker, and Shawn Spears is in a trio of wool. Sammy goes coast to coast for a Van Terminator. MJF hits Jericho with a torn off turnbuckle clamp. Santana pulls out a fork and Adubo the Butcher, who then goes a bloody MJF with it. Inner Circle is in control. Jericho slugs Max with a right hand. Santana wipes MJF's own blood on him. Wardlow gets up and fights. He pancakes Sammy and double leg slam Hager. Santana and Ortiz take him out. Sammy levels him with a chair and Hager lowers him down. We had to final break. Back from it, MJF escapes the cage and is laying on top, but Jericho follows him. MJF begs him off, but Jericho locks him into the walls. MJF gives him a cheap shot to free himself. Salt of the Earth is on Jericho. Max stomps on Chris' hand. Quite the crimson mask off MJF. He locks in the Salt of the Earth, but Chris won't submit. MJF has his Dynamite Diamond Ring and slugs Chris with it. Jericho is now bleeding. Tony calls MJF a no good piece of you know what as he contemplates throwing Jericho onto the stage from the cage. He threatens to throw Chris off. Sammy Guevara surrenders to save Jericho. The winner of the match, the Pinnacle. This was a great match right here. This was the match of the night. But anyway, let me continue. Post match, MJF shoves Chris off the cage anyways, and he crashes through the stage. We see Dean Malenko and Jerry Lynn out there. MJF says thank you. MJF basks in the moment on top of the cage. He laughs to himself as blood drips down his face. That was a weak spot right there. The ending was weak. The match was great, but the ending was weak. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, I enjoy AEW Blood and Guts by itself. The match, the show delivered tonight more than a 10 out of 10. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my AEW Blood and Guts review and highlights, please drop a like on this video. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to my channel. I'm on the road to 4K subscribers. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok down below in the description. You guys have a great night. Stay safe, stay strong, and always stay positive. This your boy, bigboyfactsjonny. I'll see you guys later, and now I'm out of here. Have a great night, guys.